Today's Chiefs Mailbag is presented by the Fetch Rewards app. Go download the app and scan your receipts to earn points at chatsports.com/fetch. It's kind of like if you have a credit card and over time you build up points and you can get, mileage or whatever on your flights, etc., hotel rewards. Similar process. You build up points and you can get gift cards from certain stores, restaurants like Amazon, restaurants like Chili's and other places as well. Target, Walmart, chatsports.com/fetch. Promo code is Chiefs to get 3,000 bonus points. All right, let's go to our good pal, Johnny Screws. Will the Chiefs re-sign Byron Pringle, or will he be too expensive? I think Pringle's in that spot of his career now where he's kind of proven it over the last year and a half, 2 years, where, yeah, he's not like a elite, he's going to be a 1,000-yard guy, but he's proven enough to me where he's like a legit number 3 receiver. So he could get $5 or $6 million a year on the open market. And if that's the case, that might be out of Brett Veach's price range, considering the decisions he'll have to make this offseason with Tyrann Mathieu, Orlando Brown, and others. So I don't know. If they can get him at a somewhat discount, I'd love to bring him back. I think he's the perfect number 3 receiver and he's a great kick returner. But it's possible that he's wearing another uniform next year. Should the Chiefs keep Byron Pringle? Type K for keep. Type P for pass. Would love to keep him. He's a Kansas guy, went to K-State. But we'll see what happens. K for keep or P for pass. From Smiley Face. I don't know about you, but I expect Joe to run for his life this game. Their O-line will fold. What do you think? Or am I just too confident? No, I think there's reason to be confident about the defensive line getting pressure. Now, I also think that we should give the Bengals credit and they should self-recognize, like, hey, we just gave up 9 sacks. We're facing another good defensive line in Kansas City. We need to change things up, whether that's extra O-linemen on certain plays or just emphasizing to Burrow to get the ball out quicker. But, yeah, there should be times where Joe Burrow is getting harassed in this game because that Bengals O-line simply isn't that good. Tony Fuentes, I don't watch Chiefs live TV. I enjoy it on live stream. Tony's a real one. He's subscribed to the channel. You guys can be as well. And we'll be live for a watch party for Chiefs versus Bengals. So don't miss any of it. Subscribe and turn on notifications. Sansana predicts stats for our and Bengals offense and defense. Total stats? My score prediction is 37-28. I'll say Mahomes will throw for, how about this, 334, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. Burrow will throw for 291, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. Just hard to get specific after that. Overall team stats, Chiefs, I'll go 455 total yards. Bengals, I'll go 367. Very specific. We'll see if I'm even close. Nick LOL, how many corners should the Chiefs look at during the off season? L'Jarius Sneed's for sure going to be back. Rashad Fenton's under contract. Those are 2 starting caliber players. I'd like to add at least 1, whether it's in the draft or in free agency. Maybe 2. Do you bring back Charvarius Ward? If you do, it's not as big of a need. But, yeah, I think that's an area you could certainly add a piece or 2. Now, we've been telling you guys about the Fetch Rewards app here at the Kansas City Chiefs Report. And I've told you guys that after you scan those receipts and you build up your points, you can turn those into gift cards. Well, this little demonstration you're watching right here is kind of showing you how you can turn that into an Amazon gift card. You go to your rewards tab. It's one of the icons there at the bottom right there, and you can cash it out for a gift card. Depending on how many points you have, that's how large of a size of a gift card you can get. 10,000 points equals a $10 gift card, so, kind of translate that if you have 20,000, $20, etc. And you're probably asking, that's a lot of points. Well, it builds up quickly, and certain items get you a ton of points. I filled up gas last week, got 1,000 points, so they can stack up very, very quickly. Go download the app today at chatsports.com/fetch. You can get 3,000 bonus points when you start with promo code Chiefs. That link, that promo code will be in the comments and in the description. And if you have any questions on how to cash out your points, you can also message me on social media. One other thing when it comes to Fetch Rewards, we're getting a good amount of downloads, but we're kind of getting our ass kicked based on the other channels here at Chat Sports. The 49ers report is killing the game. They have the most downloads. Cowboys report, Raiders report, they're close second and third. Bears now sitting there just ahead of the Chiefs report. Help us out. Let's get more Fetch downloads here from the Chiefs Report. Chatsports.com/Fetch. Use that promo code Chiefs to get 3,000 bonus points. Okay, Stephen Newcome next up on our mailbag. We need to re-sign Honey Badger. The loss of him would hurt the team. We've seen it against the Bills. Honey Badger hasn't played as well this year, but I do think his absence was really felt in that Bills game. Dan Sorensen is not the answer as a deep secondary guy. So, yeah, I would prefer to bring him back. Now, can you get him at like $10 million a year instead of 15, which you could probably get elsewhere? Hopefully. I mean, I'd hope he'd want to take a little less to keep chasing championships, but, you know, he's still young enough where he could cash out in free agency. Excuse me. Delmonte Green, it seems if there are going to be some rule changes, there's an adjustment because of Mahomes. Talking about the overtime rules, I assume. I would like to see it changed. The Chiefs got screwed in 2018. They lost the coin flip, couldn't get a stop. Now, getting screwed might be a strong term because you still have a chance to stop them, right? But, I mean, that game, anybody who watched the last 2 minutes, no team was going to stop one another. Here's my solution. Both teams get a chance, but in overtime, no extra points. You go for 2 from the beginning. That game will end quickly. Like that's kind of how college does it. But don't do starting it at the 25. Just do the normal kickoff thing. Got to go for 2 on each of the first 2 drives if you score a touchdown, and then if it's tied again, then it's sudden death. Then at that point, it's like, well, you've had your chance, right? Like you can't really complain. So that is an adjustment I would like to see be made because, look, as awesome as it was the way the Chiefs won it, it would have been entertaining to see if Allen could have come back and forced another possession. Obviously, in this time, I should say, it worked out for the Chiefs. Isaac Murphy, if the Chiefs were to move on from Spags, who would be your top pick for defensive coordinator? How about Vic Fangio, former Broncos head coach? He's familiar with the division. Excellent defensive mind. When he was with Chicago, they had elite defenses. He's a guy I would look at. Wink Martindale, who came got fired by Baltimore. I guess him and Harbaugh weren't getting along, but he's a great DC as well. Blitzes a ton. There's other names out there I'm drawing a blank on, but those are a couple of guys I would look at as top external targets, and then you go from there. See if there's other guys. But unless this team just falls apart, I don't think they're going to fire Spags. Spags did some good things this year. There were some bad moments, but he kept this group together, and they rallied in the middle of the year to really play well the second half of the season. Steven, it's a T. There you go. Appreciate the $5 with the super chat. Ward was beaten like a redheaded stepchild in Week 17. What's the fix? Double teams, chase different corners. Maybe you have L'Jarius Sneed shadow him at times. I think there's different stuff you can do. But, yeah, as good as Ward has played in terms of compared to last year, I mean, total mismatch against Chase. He just could not keep up with him. Got a question from Reginald Johnson. Can the Chiefs slow down Joe Burrow? Slow down, yes. Stop, no. I think Burrow's so good at this point that you're just not going to stop him. But can you force some field goals? Can you pick off a pass or two? Yeah, I think those things can happen. Hopefully it does happen because Joe Burrow in Week 17 outplayed Patrick Mahomes. There's no doubt. But Mahomes has clearly been better in the postseason than Burrow has. Yeah, we can look at the playoff stats here. Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs, he's been the MVP so far. 8 touchdowns, 1 pick, almost 400 yards a game. Joe Burrow, not quite as good, but he's still pretty darn good as well. It should be fun to see these guys duke it out on Sunday. So pick a quarterback in this matchup. I'm going with Mahomes. Type PM for Patrick Mahomes. Type JB for Joe Burrow. Rich King, we got time for a couple more questions. Would you be interested in signing Davante Adams if we get him this offseason? We will be OP. Do we have enough cap space? Look, you can always find a way to sign players. Now, if you sign Davante Adams, you might lose Orlando Brown. Are you willing to do that? Honestly, maybe. But man, you would need a left tackle, so that's a tough one. But Adams next to Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, are you kidding me? That would be the most lethal skill group that we've ever seen. The big four would be ridiculous. Nick Pratt, who do you think will be more vital this week, Hardman or Pringle? It's hard to say. Pringle's kind of more that safety net guy, but Hardman's a more explosive playmaker. So, more vital, maybe Pringle, more explosive, maybe Hardman. We'll see. I think both these guys have a chance to be key contributors on Sunday. Chiefs and Angels, will the Chiefs trade up to grab Garrett Wilson, Jahan Dotson, or Chris Olave? I'd be open to it. I mean, I don't even know if you have to move up to get Dotson. Maybe you do. We'll see. But if you can get one of these legit receivers in the draft, that'd be fun. Justin Locklear, we will win the Super Bowl this year. We can beat any of the teams that's left. Yeah, Chiefs are the favorite, both on paper and the sports books, right? I mean, look at the odds. Chiefs are plus 125 to win the Super Bowl, which is kind of insane odds with 4 teams left. Rams sitting there at plus 400, 49ers plus 400, and then Bengals at plus 900. I think I said Rams plus 400. They're plus 200. But, yeah, it's the Chiefs are the favorite. If they play their best ball, they're going to win the Super Bowl. MD Lassell, do we think the Chiefs used all of their magic in the last game? No. Guys, how many magical games have the Chiefs had over the last 4 years? A lot. I mean, they rise to the occasion. I mean, the Texans game a couple years ago in the playoffs. Even the Super Bowl they won. I mean, they were down 20-10 with like 7 minutes left and scored 21 points to win the game. Like, this team can flip a switch like that. So, I think there's plenty left in the tank for Kansas City. Follow me on Instagram at HGramNFL. I'm closing in on 2,000 followers on IG. Help a brother out. Slide in the DMs. I will answer as many of your questions as I can leading up to kickoff of Chiefs versus Bengals. So help me out. Go give me a follow at HGramNFL. All right, last couple questions here. Keidron Smith, would it be possible to get Michael Thomas? Saints have a fire sale since they're so far over the cap. That's intriguing. Could you also buy him for cheaper than what you would have 2 years ago? Like, could you get him for a second-round pick? If you could, that's something I consider. I mean, that's a really good player when healthy, but he's been hurt the past 2 years. Javier 540, how urgent do we need to get a right tackle? If Lucas Niang's healthy for next season, not urgent. He's passable at right tackle. You can get by with him, so I actually don't think it's that urgent. All right, last question from Tony, unless we get a last-second super chat. Will Patrick Mahomes break another world record this Sunday versus Cincinnati? Depends by world record. Will he have an epic game? Hopefully. If he does, Chiefs going to win. There's no doubt about that. He's capable of throwing for 400 yards in this game.